When you hire a media company or videographer, a lot of times they don't have full creative expression.
Agents need to think about more and be intentional more about how they collab.
A lot of people wouldn't have the balls to basically just be like, all right, screw it. Like, we're going to just try this. And like, I know I can do it. REVB Podcast live and in person here in Dallas, Texas. Excited to welcome Mike Hege. What's going on, man?
Hey, glad to be here. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you first about not your viral videos.
Okay.
Which you're like, oh shit, now I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about, I heard a rumor about you.
Okay.
I don't know where
rumors.
this is going, but I'm in.
You recently deleted your Instagram and started over. Is that true or false?
It's 2 years ago.
Okay.
I deleted it. Yeah. So we totally built an account with fake followers, and I got into this thing on a spicy ad. It's like, hey, grow your account. We get you the Forbes, get you in this and do this and pay. And so I did. And then once you get down that rabbit hole, you have to keep doing it. And then what I noticed is like after 2 years, I'm like, man, I've spent a lot of money investing, and like this is never going to grow because I need organic, like actual engagement, actual people. So I said, you know what? Can I curse on this podcast?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. All right. Safe.
May I please curse?
Please. F word. Yeah. I'm like, scrap it. You know what? Like, let's start over. I wanted to feel real. I wanted to be like authentic. And so I scrapped it all and started over.
Well, I want to rewind a little bit because this is an awesome topic. So how many followers did you have on this account?
I had almost 80,000 on the old account. Yep.
So 80,000 followers, but you had used some of these services where you can buy followers.
Totally. Yeah.
And so you were seeing the vanity metrics.
Yes.
But were there any results?
You know, it's wild. When you pay, you have an initial boost. So the way that they work is it's not instant bots. What they do is they actually do influencer promos. So you'll have like, I don't know, Kim Kardashian will, put you in a tagged post to win a giveaway if you follow these accounts. And I never got Kim Kardashian because that was like, okay, that's like next level.
Yeah.
But I would do like these micro influencers, if you will. And then like you'd have all these people that would like start tagging and following. And the thing is, there's nothing to make them stick. There was no real strategy. And then like it was good metrics for 24 hours and then it'd be instantly gone. So it was like invisible ink. You remember that as a kid? And it would like go and dry. It was like that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny just because we still see it. We still see it because we're here at the Tom Ferry Summit, and I see it in the Tom Ferry groups is like agents get excited about social media and they're like, we're going to get our Instagram going. Here's my page. Follow me and I'll follow you and we'll all follow each other. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, hold on. I don't know if that's the right way to go. Well, so what was your experience with that and not, in kind of pushing followers instead of attracting them?
Yeah. That's a great way to distinct is like the pushing people. Like nobody wants to be pushed on either. So if there's no real strategy and no stickiness behind it, then those people are like invisible ink. They're just gone instantly. At least in the real estate business, like if you're genuinely curious, you have a feeder market, you might actually stick around. Yeah. But these people were like, following beauty products and like, random like non-brand like connection because I look like the epitome of beauty here. So data 4 here in this.
Yeah, we're not going to go to your beauty YouTube channel. Not today. It was more this like a real estate video podcast. So we can just like make sure that you know. Well, and it's interesting too because like you'll do that right, and then like you pick up the followers and there is some engagement because it's like you're supposed to like like and comment this and whatever. But then these companies come back to you and say, oh, now you can buy likes if you want the likes.
Totally. Yeah.
You see the people that have 80,000 followers and they have like 4 likes on a video. You're like, oh, or it has 800 likes and 0 comments and 0 views. You're like, oh, okay, so you bought those likes. So is that the phase 2 of these companies?
I think that's what it is. They rope you in with like, we're going to get you more engagement, more followers, like, and it's totally organic. And you believe that because it sounds different with the giveaway. Yeah. And so then you get tagged in with like these micro influencers and you kind of run with it. And then phase 2 is like a promo campaign they run in. So we're going to like comment on your behalf. And you're basically turn over their account to them. Yeah. And you were royally fucked when that happened. Just like it now. You were fucked at that moment. Yeah, guaranteed. And then there's like no turning back. And then there's phase 3, which they get you in. I'm sure they have these deep dive sessions. They get you in these PR campaigns. So we can get you in Forbes.
I get those DMs.
All the DMs, we'll slide into your DMs. You're like, it's just total crock. So after a while, you keep paying to get more and more, and it's never enough. Yeah. And then at some point you realize like, this isn't my target audience. This is not who I am. I want to go sell real estate. Like, I don't want to keep doing this. So, and then also I want to put out like the real authentic you online. So we said the only way to do that is to scrap it and start over.
So two things. Yeah. One, you mentioned that you invested a lot of money.
Oh my God.
Best when you're, actually doing something that's going to help the business. I think you could just say you wasted at this point, just for clarification, purposes there. But I find it to be interesting because a lot of people wouldn't have the balls to basically just be like, all right, screw it. Like, we're going to just try this. And like, I know I can do it. I do think that there's value, and you guys can argue with me on this or agree with me, is in doing something like that, but with local influencers and businesses, right? Of like, hey, this is something that I'm going to do a giveaway every month with a local business and team up with this business to support them and do something in my local area. Yes. Not like a follow for follow, but like just something where it's like, oh, I'm supporting the bakery and we're going to give away $100 worth of baked goods. So tag a friend and, do the thing. Right. But not the random influencers across the country.
Not the randomness. No. And the companies that do that, they really do prey on, I think, a lot of real estate agents getting into social media, the vanity metrics, and they totally want to prey on that. And they have a tiered approach. So like, well, this level is this. They make it seem like it's ease of entry, but once you're in, there's no turning back.
Well, and I think the collab feature is a great feature. I love the collab feature on Instagram, but I think agents need to think about more and be intentional more about how they collab, and does it align, and is it the aligned audience that you're going for? People send me collabs all the time. I'm like, I'm not even in this video. This has nothing to do with me. Like, why do you want me to collab this with you? I think, and just sharing stuff to share stuff and just collabing stuff to collab stuff is kind of similar to that. And it's just like, oh, if you do this, you'll get a couple followers. It's like, yeah, but who are the followers? Like, is it going to generate me business? Is it going to move me forward? Yeah. Why are you smiling about the collab?
I sent him a collab this morning and he accepted it. I feel so touched. I feel so touched, man.
Yeah. It's an honor to be asked to be in your collab,
right? So like, man, what
both ways.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good segue into you, because you have gone more viral than any, like, I don't know. What are you at on your Gen Z?
I think it's 78 million video views.
I'm pretty sure that's probably the most. Have we had anybody with more virality than that?
No.
Yeah, you're number one.
Just all breathing.
Right. Yeah, just breathing.
Yeah. just being me.
If you guys haven't seen the video, I can tell you the video is this.
I think it's a little. You got to do a little more mouse.
Oh, see, show me the
mouth
way.
Breathing. Okay, so you have to.
All right, and happy, man.
Borderline from sleep apnea and kind of
half the audience doesn't know what video we're talking about, and they're like, "What are they saying?" And the other half is probably laughing. So yeah, that's good. Oh, look, I do want to dive into. Give me the story of that content that you've been making and how that took off.
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, so we relaunched the page, roll back a couple steps. So we had been putting out this new rebrand, a new relaunch, and completely organic, really just hard work, compounded of what we've been doing. But we scrapped a lot of the old content, and we took some of the videos and we decided to repurpose them and add new thumbnails and try some different stuff. But the breathing video, we had saw there's this timeless tension between generations.
Yeah.
Right. It's never going to go out of style.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my parents and, the younger kids of the generation. So I think that's always there. Kids these days. So I think that's always been there. And so realizing that, and then also with our videographer, we had outsourced that up until January of this year. She'd worked with us for almost 3.5 years with a different media company. That media company folded and we took her on in-house.
Yeah.
So we had a really strong bond and connection. So that trust factor is really important, because most of the time, I think when you hire a media company or videographer, a lot of times they don't have full creative expression. A lot of times you're the director and you're paying for this. So you want it to be done the way you want it, versus saying okay, I have an idea, but really, I'm going to give you free reign to kind of do what you want. If it aligns with who we are, what we are, roll. And that's what we've done with Teresa. That's her name. She's also super private, by the way. She does not want to be tagged. Does not like the notoriety.
Not even Teresa.
Her name is not her. That was her stage name.
Yeah.
So she's super private. She's like, Mike, you go do that. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But don't put me in anything.
Is she Gen Z?
She's totally Gen Z.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
She's on the last year, to be clear. So she's kind of phasing out. She's on the cusp. But so the video was really, she texted the video and I didn't see it. She's basically listen, this turned out really funny. I was doing a normal walkthrough video, so I knew that much on the day of the shoot.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a lot of different things. We're trying different stuff. And she sent the video via text, said we got to post this. This is awesome. And I was like, I didn't even catch it. Not till hours later. I was in another appointment. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not waiting for you. And she posted it.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is she's control of that. Again, creative expression, like role. And so she posted it. And I remember people texting me I didn't catch the original message from her because if you're in an appointment and you're not checking your phone, there might be a ton of things to catch up with. Yeah. So I read the texts that were most recent at the top. And they're like, dude, you okay? You need an inhaler? I'm like, ha. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, albuterol was calling. Do we need a sponsor? No, it wasn't like that. But it was like 1 million views, like within, I think maybe the end of the day or something. Yeah. I had never seen any kind of traction on any video we ever put out ever. And I was happy with that.
Yeah.
So to see what happened, the iteration of that video, we knew we're like, okay, there's something there. We need to like, by the end of the day, we booked for the following day to go shoot more. Really. So the Gen Z script video came out the second day of shoot and was posted by the third or fourth day. We went all in on like, because it was working. We're like, now we got to capitalize on it. So,
well, tell me this, if you had seen the video before you put it out, like what would your reaction have been? Would you have been like, oh yeah, you should definitely put this out?
It's now when you're breathing.
Man, I never. But now people are like, I wonder, are you listening to my breathing? Is this ASMR? Like, here.
Do you think you would have vetoed it or what?
I think if I saw, well, when I did see it, I was like, that's funny as hell. Okay. I'm really glad she posted it because that is funny. But actually I had to read it a few times. I'm like, why is it so funny? I was trying to break it down. Like I didn't quite understand. And then I realized like, it's not me talking. Like, it's just all the times I am talking and got this big personality. Like that's exactly what I was supposed to do. Cut all that out.
What was funny about it to me was that the original video was that like I watched it multiple times because I was like, wait, has it finished? No, okay, it's still going. No, wait, did it loop? Wait, is it? And so I watched it 3 times trying to figure out where I was in the video, right? But it was just cracking me up. I was like, is he gonna say anything? Okay, no, he's not gonna say anything, you know.
And then you go into the comment sections and there's so much gold in there.
So
this guy,
yeah, the Jack Black drunken cousin one got me. That was like, I don't know, like Jack Black.
No, what I'm most impressed with is the fact that most people that go viral, that's like their one hit wonder. They pick up tons of followers and then nothing really happens. And so
it feels like a personal attack.
You've been viral?
Remember I millions of views on TikTok and then I stopped posting on TikTok.
Okay. Anyways, so
same.
One video. Yeah. So what's funny is I wasn't even trying to attack him. Normally I do, but I'm
just very sensitive.
So anyways, normally you see people that go viral, they'll have like one viral video. It screws up their algorithm and all of their followers, and then they never do anything again.
Yeah.
And so the thing that I've been most impressed with what y'all have done is like when you go to your TikTok page and you go to your Instagram, like y'all have really leaned into the making fun of that you're not Gen Z and like all of these different things, but you've also gotten business from it. So I think you already mentioned going out the next day and shooting another video, but like what are the other videos that you all have done with this?
I think of like Gary V's like, you know, jab, 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 hook kind of concept. Like, you know, right now this is working. So the funny bucket of content people clearly want to see, that people have spoken. So let's give the people what they want. And so I'm going back to like, okay, how we lean into this. So everything with the Gen Z, we have several Gen Z at different generations. So we're like leaning into how would a millennial to our house? How would a Gen Z to our house? Like what's next? And then also like the Gen Z slay, like, you know, back and forth. I feel like we got to go there with the banter because the banter is so funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny. And so leaning into that. And then the hook is like neighborhood profile videos. So the follow-up comments on those, like, I hate to call them traditional videos, but the ones that we've been doing for years. Yeah. Let me feature a neighborhood spotlight. Let me feature an area. The comments on that are like, oh my God, he actually speaks. I was waiting for you to breathe, but you never. This spillover has been really funny. So,
well, and it's funny. I worry sometimes when we record these podcasts, when we record a bunch of them in the same time and we're keep talking about the same thing. I worry people listening are like, oh, great, they're going to talk about this again. But I'm going to talk about it again, which is the fact that I don't think you set out to have this Gen Z millennial generational conversation on your Instagram page, but you don't get to control the things that resonate with people. But when you find something that resonates with the audience, you go in on it. And I think a lot of it's hard because we want people to resonate with interest rates and buying a house. And we like, there's the things we want people to resonate with and things that actually do. And so like Katie said, I love the fact that when you guys hit on this, you know, this concept in this video that just went bananas, that you took it and said, okay, this is working. How do we go in on it more? Totally. And so like creatively, what's that journey look like? Like how much are you, because we have talked about how different people work with their videographers and they work with their creatives. How does that relationship work with you? You touched on it a little bit, but operationally, what's that look like?
Yeah, it's a good question because when she came on as an employee at W-2, it's different than when you're contracting.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like creatives are hired on a per project basis. So I think that you really have to like define what does that like working relationship look like? Again, it goes back to like trust and how you work together. So if there's chemistry, and Teresa clearly and I have like really good chemistry. So it helps because like we're storyboarding or we have ideas, like we're just rolling with things and riffing. So there's that dynamic that really is important. And so as it relates to the workflow, our other agents utilize her also because she's on our team. And not all the agents on our team have the same level of chemistry. They're working on it. I think it's the trust and the years of working together. But I think a lot of what we use, like Calendly link, and then like certain days of the week for our pod, or like certain levels of the week, like for walkthrough videos. So we kind of have a designated day that we're doing different things. And the agents know on this day, or it's just blocked on our calendar, they can't even book anything with her. Yeah. And then we just try to like shorten it to like 2-hour walkthrough videos versus like some of the agents on our team, it'd be 8 hours if we let them. We're like, we don't really need 8 hours for this. So we're gonna, channel it through for the day-to-day work.
All right. So you had the one video. And then you've continued to capitalize on it. Yeah. What I also really like is that you also garnered business, because that's the thing is like a lot of people with viral videos, they're just like talking about a bathtub or something, and it makes really no sense.
You do remember the video?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it pink?
No, we showed we had a house under contract, and the bathtub went missing.
The seller like took it out of the property between going under contract and closing.
Yeah, and so it was like, where is the tub? And then the whole comment section blew up of like people that wanted to know where the tub was. And then
or
also
people that had bad experiences in transactions
where sellers had done crazy stuff.
Or like, you should have included it in the contract. Well, it's not actually how this works here. So it was a whole.
Yeah. It was great. It was great.
So, but anyways, so you've actually gotten business.
But I got 0 deals from it.
That's no deals from it. Okay. Oh, yeah.
0 of his 0 deals on the year. We're
no bathtubs given. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anyway,
he just is always, he's got that creative mind. He's dropping the gems all the time.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. I love it.
Have I done business from the video?
Yes. Yes. That's what we're getting back to. What did it look like? How did business come in from this? Yeah.
Full circle. Now, so yes, we've done business from video. We actually sold the house indirectly from the viral video. It wasn't from the buyers per se, but they saw that video and were wondering if that was the house we went under contract with. And their agent said at the end, was like, hey, is anyone doing like a selfie together? Like I follow the video. Several of my W2 friends have sent it to me, which is a huge compliment. I always take it as a compliment. It's incredible. But the fact that they knew the house, were curious about the house, and like that led them to the neighborhood. They did a lot of research and went other places, but ultimately they bought the house. So indirectly or directly, you could argue it worked to sell that particular property. And then I would say the other spinoff businesses have been, people say, hey, do you service anything in the Carolinas? Because we brand ourselves as like the Carolinas. And even though I don't personally service all of North and South Carolina, to be clear, I have great agent partners all over the states. And then our team particularly services Charlotte, Lake Norman, and Asheville, North Carolina. Dropping a little pin there, in case anybody knows anybody. Always happy to help. Yeah, soft touch. And so indirectly, people have said, hey, do you know an agent in so-and-so? And I make a warm connection. And then also agents on our team, we have 3 under contract. We have 1 seller we've talked with directly, and the traditional media has reached out. So it's not just the video, it's the local news, it's Gary V. It's like these other media, which is
crazy.
Bonkers, right?
Bonkers, yeah. Housing Wire, all these places. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well, and then it's like the top of mind just being with your sphere, like your sphere is seeing you now on the local news, or, you know, being featured on whatever, morning show or something like that. That they're like, oh shit, like that's my realtor. Or, oh god, that's
breathing.
Yeah.
So
he's still breathing.
He's still breathing. I should use that. That's good.
Yes.